1781, the American Revolution. After suffering heavy losses at the Battle of Guilford Courthouse, British General Charles Cornwallis gives up control of the Carolinas and retreats to await reinforcements. A desperate King George III takes a controversial step to avoid losing the war. He appoints a special advisor to Cornwallis, a self-proclaimed English prophet named Edward Thompson.
George III was a strong believer in the supernatural, and Thompson acted as a consultant to the king. Thompson was not a soldier, but George III immediately saw the potential in having a prophet lead his armies. Someone who could see the future would know the outcome of all decisions made in battle, inevitably leading to victory.
Thompson's first test as leader of the British forces comes when a French fleet of 24 ships led by Admiral de Grasse arrives off Yorktown. De Grasse is met by an English fleet of 19 ships and a 2-hour battle ensues. Despite being outnumbered, Thompson refuses to retreat. He instead orders that the HMS Dreadnought attack the French fleet from the rear.
There is little doubt that the Dreadnought would have destroyed the entire French fleet. She carried 5,000 tons of armor, 10 12-inch guns, and was powered by steam turbines. Unfortunately, the British wouldn't build the HMS Dreadnought until 1905, 124 years after the battle.
It was clear that Thompson did have powers to see into the future, but it also appeared that he had difficulty distinguishing the future from the present. The American bombardment of Yorktown begins. Thompson refuses to allow his men to take cover. He instead relies on SDI weapons orbiting the Earth to strike down the cannon fire.
The Strategic Defense Initiative was a program designed to shield a country against ballistic missile attack, and it wouldn't be proposed until the 1980s by Ronald Reagan. But while the SDI system was proposed, it was never fully implemented. So as you can imagine, Thompson looked pretty foolish to his men.
The siege continues for weeks, weakening the British position. Thompson emerges with a plan he is sure will turn the tide of the battle. He will call upon the traditional allies of the British, the Americans, to flank the enemy from the north. Thompson orders his troops to abandon their positions and join the American side. The Americans, in their confusion, allow the British to cross over and join their ranks, and for a few moments, the American and British troops are side by side, firing at an enemy that isn't there. Then the Americans gut the British forces with their bayonets. Edward Thompson is mortally wounded in the American attack. He orders his troops to find his cell phone so he can call 911. He dies moments later. On October 19th, Cornwallis surrenders to the American troops. Thompson, anticipating the event, had painted this scene weeks before the surrender. It is largely accurate except for the F-16 fighter jet in the background. Just another page from real, true history.